Joe, it's great to have you in the kitchen today, or the makeshift kitchen on your beautiful farm here. Now, your dad was just with me cooking up some beans. So I thought we'd get you in here as well, the next generation.
Yep.
See who's better. Who's the better cook between the two of you?
Oh, probably me.
Yeah, good. I like that. I like that. Now, so I did a little green bean dish with him, and because you guys have been growing these amazing green beans, I thought I'd do one with you as well.
Yep.
So we'll start by topping and tailing the beans. Do you want to grab the beans and rip them open?
Sure can.
Now, we'll get them going, and then I want to talk to you a bit about your farming journey and how you got back here on the farm more recently. So, how do you top and tail these? Your dad showed me a technique. What's your go-to?
Well, my go-to would be with the brand new invention called a knife.
Okay, so you're not doing it by hand?
I'm not doing it by hand,
right.
No. I think we can do it at least a dozen at a time.
Yeah, line them all up.
Yep.
Amazing. Now, you've got back onto the farm more recently, last few years, to start working on actually in the farm with your dad, is that right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I was mechanicking for a while.
Yep.
Moved around a little bit, and yeah, finally settled back home and loving where we live.
Yeah. Oh, I get why you love where you live. It is amazing.
It's a good spot.
And you're enjoying, the farming. I suppose you would have grown up doing lots around the farm.
Yeah.
But it's good to get back and digging and in the dirt and growing beautiful produce.
It's good to be outside every day. And
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely love it.
Oh, that's great.
Couldn't imagine myself doing anything else now.
Yeah, right. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And it must be pretty cool to have, your uncles and your aunties and your cousins all here. It's a pretty amazing family setup.
It is. It's good. We're all very tight. Yeah, it's amazing to be able to work with your family.
Pretty special. I was talking to your dad about it. We go to lots of farms and see lots of, multi-generational farms, but there might be one or two where, there's so many different family members on this farm. It just means it's such a safe, place to grow food and to work together for a long time to come.
We all work really well together. Everyone has their own departments that they stick to, and yeah.
And you love growing corn and beans?
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Probably the two best vegetables other than potatoes, I reckon.
Yes, yeah. And I mean, it must be special because it's such a seasonal thing. So when you get the corns and the beans up, you've got amazing produce to eat. They'd never be squealing when you guys pick them and cook them straight away, right?
Yeah.
I think the nice thing that I learned from your dad was that they're pretty much in the supermarket the next day.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yes.
They go overnight and they'll end up at, the shops where people can cook them so fresh anyway.
Of course.
You just get them a little bit fresher.
Exactly.
But you put the hard work in, so no one's going to get mad at you for that.
Perks of the job.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Well, what are your go-tos when you're cooking beans?
Well, I do like a bean salad.
Yep. We're on the right place here.
Not ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the irony's not lost on me.
Yes, amazing.
No, my partner does make a very good bean salad.
Nice.
That'll just boiled up with a bit of garlic and chili.
Yum.
That is always a winner.
Well, I should probably tell you what we're doing, right? We've been talking and chopping. We're going to make a green bean Greek salad. So I love Greek salad.
Very nice.
But I like the addition of green beans because it has a really great texture when you boil them. I'm going to really quickly flash boil them for about 15, 20 seconds. And then we're going to dress them hot so they soak in some of the oil and the dressing for the Greek salad.
Cool.
And it's just a nice way to put a spin on it, especially when you've got a paddock full of beans behind your house.
Yes.
So it's really simple. I've got our water boiling here. I'm going to go in with quite a lot of salt, almost like you're doing pasta.
Right.
Do you know how they talk about boiling pasta in salt water that's as salty as the sea?
Oh, yeah.
And then what we're going to let it come back up to the boil. While we do that, I'm going to get you to make the dressing. So dressing is really simple. Lots of olive oil. We'll go like half a cup in there.
All right.
Drizzle into that bowl. And what we'll do is we'll make our oil or our dressing in the bowl, and then we'll put the beans straight in the bowl out of the boiling water so they soak it all in. And then it's kind of going to be a bit of a warm Greek salad. We'll add our tomatoes, our spring onions, our cucumbers in there to get a bit warm as well. And then to that, we're going to add in our garlic.
Straight
in with that, yep. Yep, beautiful. There's some dried oregano over there. Oregano. I never know how to say it, but sort of almost cover that whole top layer of the oil. Yeah, you can be pretty generous with the dried oregano in this one.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's kind of that flavour of a Greek salad to me. That looks great. And then we've got that lemon, so here, I'll chop that up for you. Give that a good squeeze in there. Juice of that in there. Yeah, let's go, I'll help you out. There we go. And then we're going to go pinch of salt, a crack of black pepper in there. While you do that,
Not your pinches.
No, yeah, sorry. Yeah, not a boiling water pinch. And then a good bit of pepper, and then I'm going to start blanching the beans. I reckon I'll do it in 2 batches so our water doesn't cool down too much.
Yep.
So literally 30 seconds in here. Now give that a good whisk. That looks perfect, Joe. Now we're just going to take our beans out. We're going to go straight into here. And you literally start to smell that garlic and the lemon come through even more with the heat of those beans. I'll quickly blanch the last bit. Now, do you want us to just grab a couple of forks there and give it a little toss through? Start coating everything in that beautiful oil that you've made, or dressing. Now, it looks like a lot now. We're going to add a few other things to soak it up a little bit.
Yep.
All right, you can see these other beans are ready to go. They're just softened. We're going to still have lots of nice crunch, but they're just a little bit softer than they would be raw. Now, you keep that mixing, Joe. I'm going to start adding our other ingredients. So, thinly sliced spring onion. You could use a red onion as well. Kind of like the freshness of the spring onion.
Yes.
Some diced up cherry tomatoes. You've got to have them in a Greek salad, right? Then some cucumbers precariously sitting on our bowl. There we go.
Give them a toss too.
Yep, give them all a toss and mix them together. I'm going to add a bit more salt. I got a problem, don't I? Just a little bit
Only
more
a
salt.
good one.
Yeah, exactly. That's looking really good, Joe. Do you want to chuck in some olives for us? How many olives do you like? We can go probably about half of that jar, I reckon.
Yep.
Could pop a salt in here. Chuck them straight in. There's a plate over there next to you. We'll plate it up and add the last couple of touches. So for me, it's about layering it up and getting lots of beans as our base and then topping those beans with all those other beautiful sweet and salty and crunchy ingredients. Look at that. And then what I'll do, just a little drizzle of that extra oil over the top. And then we're going to get our feta cheese. And then while I do the feta, do you want to just start to quickly, just some fronds of our feta, just pick a few, keep them quite big and just drop them over the top.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to break up a few bits of feta cheese. You can sometimes put a whole chunk in the centre, but I think we'll just break it up so it's a bit easier to serve into some nice big pieces. And then last little touch is just a sprinkle of the fresh oregano over the top. And guess what? Just a little bit more.
Oof. You treat us.
Yeah, just a little bit more fresh salt. And really make sure we get some of that oregano on those bits of feta so you can see the lovely little leaves. Have we invented a new Greek salad?
We might have done
just
that.
have. Right, that is using the amazing beans that you grow out there with your dad and this amazing family that grow this beautiful produce on this farm. That's our green bean Greek salad. It's a tongue twister, but even more importantly, it's delicious. So give it a try. Tell us
Please.
what you think. Here you go. I meant to tell you beforehand, Joe, it's really hard to eat on camera, so small bites, but I love that you've gone in there. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Good?
They're delicious.
I think those beans that you guys grow here so amazingly just add that extra texture and really lift it. So thank you for what you do and keep it up.
You're welcome.
Glad you're back on the farm. There's
Yeah,
plenty of
good.
green beans for us to cook with going forward.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Thank you.
Thank you very much.